to do things, we must do this thing differently. In fact, sometimes you do so, our sister Kate, to confuse them. Because you know them. You are dealing with very crafty characters. So we need to be able to be very, very deliberate. We are not going to be announcing every step. My friend Eugene, let's not announce everything to these people. We have to be strategic. Wacha tuwakamatie chini. Sina mna hiyo? Wangapi anasema tuwakamatie chini? That is my advice today. Yesterday I advised Sifuna, Secretary General of ODM, and Salasi, I'm sorry I annoyed you, that I said bado tunaongea nawa. Sifuna was talking beautiful language. Beautiful language. Says if you abandon the people, Mimi Sifuna was talking like us. Ata abandon wananchi. And this is a constituents, these are his constituents. Our sister Bosibori was hosting us there in Ndagoreti North. And so, I advise that we do not give William Ruto the excuse to delay formation of IEBC. I'm happy that he has already gazetted the names, and as we speak, out of the 9, I think 7 have already been sworn in by the Chief Justice. And I said, because another young lawyer viciously argued, Jeru Ndegwa, you cannot allow Professor Law Adams, he's in that advisory team, William Ruto, and therefore this is another. And I realized because Wiper was unfairly blamed for delaying the process. Now the truth is known. It was not us. It was William Ruto through instructions given to a judge in Kiambu who has vacated her own situation, dismissed the application, and therefore paving the way for the selection panel to be put in place. So now I say, Professor Law Adams, because he went in as Azimio and Dr. Kokemoli as Azimio, right? As of today, therefore, the whole thing about the categorization of those leaders, or those members of IBC selection panel, are based on that structure. Now, we can, going forward, choose to dismantle the structure. And I think Philip Kisia, who is the executive director of Azimio, whatever remains, because we have Billy still holding on, we have Wiper holding on, we have Kano. Remember that we had One Kenya Alliance, and I think we were with you by that time. One Kenya Alliance. So some of these things, I'm just saying, we must be strategic so that we do not make it obvious. Indeed, it's going to become, let it come up and hit. Remember, there were people, Kenyans also, on social media who are determined to get the new team going forward. And I saw myself invited to Limuru 4 conference. Limuru 4 kufanyika. But I know the urge by Kenyans, they want us to get together, drive out this situation. Senator Richard Onyoka, I really agree with you. I can't agree with you more. If there's a leader who has been reborn, in my view, and speaking the language of the young Kenyans, and not afraid of anything, it is Senator Richard Onyoka. So, what you have told us here is like a tip of the iceberg. I think I want to agree with Malala. When I met Malala today, we laughed. I remember the last time, this man is able to organize tremendous. He organized a big rally for Matungu, remember? We were campaigning for a candidate, One Kenya, Namulindo. Big organization. So I wondered what happened. I still want to ask a few questions. What happened? And therefore today, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you what is happening now is the real thing. You know, I took a position before the impeachment of the deputy president, the second deputy president. We consulted. We actually went on a retreat. And we took a principled position because the country was saying, not Rigathi Gachagua alone, but even William Ruto amtangulie. So they were saying, remember, kufa driver, kufa makanga. So we say we will not allow makanga na kufa peke yake. And that is why we took that principled position. It was not for the love of Reggie G. I can tell you I've never myself at that level interacted closely with ndugu huyu Reggie G. I haven't. But I can also disclose they have been talking very closely with my brother Eugene. You know, be strategic. Mwambie Eugene kutana na yeye. Saa ingine tunakutana tukasema this thing is not right. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So Bwana Wambugu, I also thank you for standing with our brother here. One time I went to Nyeri, I had all kinds of reasons to say no to Rigathi when an opportunity arose. Because that MP for Nyeri town is a tough organizer. Nilienda kule nikapigua kelele ya ajabu. And I went there, we met with our brother Rigiji at Ndarasha, that terrible incident, the tragedy, when we are burying those children. He briefed us, tukaingia Nyeri town. I saw a different Nyeri town. By the time we were in Karatina, if I was the MP for that area, I would resign mapema. Kama kuna mtu anachukiwa na watu ambao wamemchagua, from what I could see, I don't know what the name of that MP is. I would advise him mapema, resign, tafuta kazi ingine, mwambie Zakayo kupatie ambassadorio, uame Kenya hii. Because even there will be an election. The other reason they are delaying this whole thing about IBC is because they know now under the constitution, you can recall some of those MPs. Wanaogopa hiyo kama kitu ingine. And I want to prepare our people. Now that IBC is there, tafadhali, mujiandae hawa watu wawe recalled. Because they have acted unjustly. They have supported corruption. They have, above all else, stood for a government that abducts its own citizens. And I want to pause it here. My academic brother, Tony, I want you to argue with me when we leave this place. My argument is abduction is worse than detention. At least wakati detention ulikuwa na kitu inakuwa signed, unaweka mahali. Abduction, is something terrible. It's a crime against humanity. In other words, this administration ya Ruto has overthrown the constitution. So how can you live with a government and unaamini 2027 which has already overthrown the constitution? That is the problem I have, Tony. I have that problem. Let me now tell you this. Even as IEBC selection panel wameanza kazi yao, do you know that the secretariat of IEBC, led by somebody, Marjan, I don't know the name, Marjan or somebody, is getting instructions from the former Commissioner Molu, who is Ruto's advisor in State House. Now, let me get that document again. They have already put a tender to procure for the next 3 years without an IBC commission in place. It's already on their website. Yeah? Some of it is closing time at 1 o'clock on the 29th January 2025. They're already in a hurry. And it's like this is a test case. If we don't stop them now, we are telling IBC Secretariat, you will not move one step. We'll come for you if you try to do this. You must wait for a properly constituted IEBC. That is where Azimio lost it, by the way. Remember, they procured a printing farm in Greece. By the time kina Uhuru na hao wengine walileta the extra 4, remember the Cherera 4, they were there, hawajui what is happening, things had already happened, they had procured materials in advance of these people arriving. So this time, we cannot afford, in my view, to allow these people any space to manipulate, to steal, to mess up with 2027. That's why some of them are saying they know how to manufacture presidents in excess of 24 years. And they also know, they even say blindly, I mean boldly, that they will make sure even if wameshindwa, wataibuka hawajashindwa. If we are in this country and we all belong in it, we must really stand very, very strong. Mwisho, you cannot isolate the mountain or any part of the country. It is not possible. We want to tell William Ruto, the mountain is not isolatable. It is not. I repeat, the country is united against one person called William Ruto. That's all. It's completely, and if you look at it, in fact, you know, have you asked yourself why you are not seeing opinion polls these days? Have you asked yourself? It is simple. This administration is enjoying the lowest opinion rating since independence. I think they are ranging between 16 and 18%. Hao ndio watashinda kweli? So we want to make it very clear. From now, let us actually have vigilantes and our young people. I've myself announced June 25th should be marked the date of the new Kenya. When young Kenyans breached parliament, they did an incredible thing. They stood for their future. And it's not that they could not get rice where they are coming from. Waheshimiwa mulikimbia mkawachia bunge, wakajienjoy kidogo. If it was not for the tunnel, they would have, and these young men are so decent, they would not have messed you up. But instead, we visited with Eugene and other colleagues. Tukaona vile wamepigwa risasi, sniper from on top of the bunge itself, open the skull of young Kenyans, and you want us to forget, and you want us to tell you the bread-based government is not blood-based? You surely don't believe it is still blood-based? Therefore, the 25th of June will go down in the history of this country as a truly revolution day. And I think we have to accept it, give it to the young people, that they could not have died in vain. That unakumbuka 25th, the other day, they could not even be allowed to hold vigil. We stand with them, not because of anything, but because it is the right thing to do. I want to conclude so that I can welcome our brother, Rigiji, kwa kusema kwamba we must do these things now differently, and we must be very strategic, at the risk of repeating myself. And there's no two-way traffic about this matter. From today, the vigilante teams, any careless utterance by Kenya Kwanza administration, kama hii governor, of all the people, I could not believe Otuoma could say that. Let Otuoma know I'm coming to Busia. I'm coming to Busia. Oh yes, I will come to Busia. And nothing will happen to me, because he dare not cause violence. If he thinks he is helping William Ruto, that is the day the whole international community will close ranks. I will say, Kenya, you're on your own. Remember, we keep on saying we are against the Haiti mission. Kama kuna kitu moja inatatiza even election ya Raila for AU, it is this thing about Haiti. Anaulizwa na African heads, how can an African country go and kill blacks in a faraway country? Because you see, Tinga is a candidate of the Kenyan government. It's a Kenyan, and that's why we agree with Salasia. We will help him, we pray for him to get this thing. But so that I can quickly conclude, we document every careless statement. And Kenyans are wonderful. Forward every careless statement to the ICC. That is the only language William Ruto understands. So if you want to isolate the mountain will report you. and all of us for crimes against humanity. We will cite you and you follow these things to their logical conclusions. Hayo ndio matamshi yangu, as I congratulate once again DAP Kenya. Huyo wakati umefika, if there is no alcohol, mimi itafanya demonstration pale outside because watu wamechoka. And once again, our brother Mheshimiwa Gachagua, stay firm. It is your democratic right to be heard. There are those who have already assumed that he's out of any situation because of impeachment. And as a senior counsel, I can tell you what happened on the floor of the Senate on that impeachment. Any magistrate, any judge properly directing his mind will know that was an improper impeachment. And that's why we stood with you. Karibu sana ndugu. Karibu. Thank you.
Please be seated. Your Excellency, former Vice President, the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Kiongozi wa Dapk Kenya, the Honorable Wamalwa, honorable members, senators, MCAs, and all leaders present. God is good, and all the time. Nisalimieni kwa Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asanteni sana. Party leader Eugene Wamalwa, let me also offer my congratulations to you, your NEC, and the party of DAP for the unveiling of your offices here today, and I'm honored to have been invited because it's a great milestone in our democratic process, and as we embark on a journey to liberate this country from bad governance, corruption, and dictatorship. And I am very elated to join this team of distinguished leaders in this country who have played a significant role in our democratic process. I have come with many senators and members of parliament who we work with as a way of showing our solidarity with this team. I want to give my commitment and that of my team and our supporters, and there are many, they are in millions, that we are part of this team and we'll walk this journey together to liberate this country. And we shall make whatever sacrifices necessary to make sure that William Ruto is a one-term president. People have short memories. President William Ruto has a very short memory. This team here, we sat with him in my house and we assured him that he'll be president and we'll do whatever it takes to make sure he's president. And we worked very hard. And we took him to State House. And when he reached there, he put aside everything we had agreed on how we need Kenya to be. We had 47 economic charters with each and every county agreeing on the economic interventions that will be required for each county. He put them aside. We had agreed on the payment of pending bills for our business community to bring money into circulation. He put that one aside. We had agreed on the bottom-up economic model of putting money into people's pocket. The minute he reached State House, he changed course. He got a small team of economic advisors and came up with a very brutal program of removing whatever little money was in people's pocket from their pockets. Along the way, I could not agree with him. I couldn't agree with him because I'm a very principled person. And I told him, boss, we have lost focus. This is what we told the people of Kenya. We had assured the people of Kenya that we will never carry out evictions and demolitions that are inhuman. And when he made a decision to evict people from Nairobi River along the line, and the Nairobi River Commission was in my office and he asked me to lead that program, I told him I can't do it because it's against my principle. And he said, you must do it. When we had the Finance Bill 2024, I was a lone voice in cabinet telling him, listening to the people of Kenya, they will not accept this finance bill. And it will leave us with an egg on our face. He became intolerant. He became dictatorial. And the government that he leads is a one-man show. I can tell you today, all those ministers you see there, they are flower girls. I was the only man in that cabinet who could stand up and tell him, hey boss, no, this can't work. And that's why he needed me out, so that he can put a protege and other fellows just to say, yes sir, yes sir. It's a praise and worship choir for the president. And I couldn't fit in that choir. I couldn't fit in that choir. You know, and he is very bitter, extremely angry, very irritable, that for a whole 6 days he's just abusing me in Western Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua is not a road in Webuye. He is not a hospital in Vihiga. He is not a water pan in Kakamega. He is not a slaughterhouse in Bungoma. President of the Republic of Kenya has gone to Western for 6 days, just talking about Rigathi Gachagua, occasionally Kalonzo Musyoka, because he's bitter that his voting bloc, the one that made him president, the Mount Kenya bloc, is gone and gone and gone forever. And I told him, it is his own undoing. I told him, don't touch the mountain. See the Bible. If you read the Exodus, I told him, don't. Many times. But it's because he has some young MPs he moves around with. Young boys who are born in towns and brought up with Sererak. They don't know the community. So they tell him, no, it's okay, no problem. Mulima ni yako, wewe ulikuja huko mwenyewe. Hawa watu ni wako, hata ukitoa huyu weke huyu hakuna shida. Nikamwambia mimi ni mzee. Hawa watu mimi nawajua. These fellows of the mountain, they hate betrayal and they hate deception. Because of what Mzungu did to them, they hate betrayal. And you yourself, President William Ruto, you are a beneficiary of my community's distaste for betrayal. When they decided that Uhuru Kenyatta has betrayed you, they turned against Uhuru for betraying you in their view and voted for you. And you are not one of them. They hated one of their own to support you, and you are not one of their own. If you betray one of their own, you wrote him abusive messages the whole night, threatening to sack him. But even if you sack Bidan Muturi, nothing will change in that area. Nothing. And I told him, and he cannot say I did not tell him. Because me, I'm an honest man. I sat him down, I said, boss, you believe my you. Now, why he's annoyed is because 47% of his support, 4 million votes, iko nje. Sasa anategemea ati Raila akienda AU, he can transfer zile zake. Zile za Raila zilikuweko za Wiper, they are not there. Ile ya Mlembe is not there. Hii ya Kisii is not there. Huyu jamaa amekwama. Amekwama. And I can tell you, because I know him, he is cornered. Kazi yetu rahisi sana is to stay together. Pia ameona tunashikana na watu ya Wiper. Ameona tunashikana na Mlembe Nation. Na hapo Mlembe Nation ndio naona amekwamia hapo. I think it's his last hope. Sasa anakuja huko kusema ati mimi ni mkabila, ati ndio msinikaribishe tusifanye pamoja. President William Ruto, hear it from here, Chui House. The same way Mulima ilisaidia wewe, it is possible tunaweza saidia hii watu ya Mlembe. It is the same way tunaweza saidia huyu Kalonzo. Na sisi hatuna contract na wewe. Deni yetu na wewe tulimali. We had intended to pay you in 2 installments. Tukakupatia the first installment, ukagusa mlima. Hiyo deni ikafanya nini? Kaisha. We owe you no debt. So, anaenda pale Western, anasema tumefukuza huyu Rigathi Gachagua, and he is corrupt. William Ruto, my friend, do you have the moral authority to talk about corruption? And we sympathize with you because juzi kumekuwa na opinion poll on the most corrupt person in the world. And we are unhappy that you are rigged. Instead of giving you number 1, they give you number 2. Let me say, I want to say, let me say, President William Ruto could not agree me to stay in government because I could not agree to corruption. The State House of Nairobi is the real center of corrupt activities. And there are two watu wawili, moja anaitwa Adil na mwingine anaitwa Jayesh. These are the conveyors of corruption in this country. Na ndio watu wenye she and sha. Ndio wale watu ya Adani. Na hao watu wakija kuona rais, hata ukiwa deputy president na minister, utamungoja hapo saa 5 akiongea na hiyo watu wakipanga hiyo mane. So Mr. President, be an honest man. Look for a mirror before you talk about corruption and look at yourself. If you think the people of Kenya are very intelligent, Rigathi Gachagua has not been associated with any scandal in this country. So wewe unaenda pale unasema he is incompetent. In matters incompetence, Mr. President, I tend to agree with you to a certain extent. Serikali yako ni ya uongo, kutenga, kudanganya watu. Uliandika mkataba na watu ya Western, ukamjema utajenga 1000 kilometers, hujajenga. Umekuwa hapo juzi unafungua transformer. Wewe mimi ulitaka nikusaidie kudanganya wa Kenya. In matters kudanganya wa Kenya, Mr. President, I'm incompetent. Absolutely. I accept. Because hiyo alikuwa anataka tuende ku launch barabara na anajua hakuna budget, tukitoka matinga inafanya nini? Sasa hiyo ndio kazi rais anataka nimsaidie. Ndio anasema huyu haelewi programu za serikali. Sasa kwenda kupeleka matinga ukijua hakuna kazi inafanya, hiyo ni programu ya serikali. He was telling me to go and defend Adani. Tulikuwa na Wamalwa huyu mheshimiwa na Onyoka kwa mazishi Kitale. Huyu Onyoka akaamuka, akalima serikali mambo ya Adani. Na mimi nakaa tu pale, I don't want to nod because I'm still in office. That Adani thing is the worst form of corruption in this country. So mimi nilipoamuka, I never responded. So one of the PAs ya mkubwa akanipigia simu. Mtu yuko huko, mtu ya Saturday 6. Wewe ni deputy president ya sangapi? Maana ya deputy president, you speak last. Dio ile maneno yote iko baya serikali ukanu. Kwa nini huyo Nyonka alilima serikali mambo ya Adani and you are not defending? Nikamwambia I cannot answer you. Tell your boss to call me. So president amenifikia, nimemwambia mimi siwezi. That thing is corruption. I cannot defend it, Mr. President. I cannot. That is why he is saying I was not defending government programs. Sasa corruption, is it a government program? So wanasema ati I'm incompetent. Hii mtu hakuna kitu anaelewa. Sasa kama serikali ni wizi tupu, sasa what is there to defend? Walinipeleka Senate ati nimekataa watu watolewe Nairobi River. Walinishitaki nimekataa watu wafukuzwe Marigiti Market. Those are things I could not do. Ukiangalia hii maneno ya affordable housing, It is the worst fraud against the people of Kenya. And it's good today I tell the country. And those are things he was telling me to go to TV to defend. I told him I will not. That housing, initially we believed in the president. That ni ya kuleta ajira, nini, maneno kisugu mingi, we looked okay. Until it came to my attention, it has nothing to do with housing. Ni biashara. Ya kwamba PS wa housing. Ukitaka kujenga affordable housing, you must go and sign a subcontract na kampuni ile tauza simiti na chuma na mabati. Na hiyo kampuni watu wale wakubwa zaidi Kenya wako ndani ya wapi? So this housing levy inatolewa kwa watu ya Kenya is to make sure these houses are going on, ndio hao wauze simiti, wauze chuma, wauze mabati. That is what the president is accusing me of not understanding and being incompetent. Sasa mimi nauliza, na mimi nataka niseme, I want to assure the people of Kenya, this team I see here, and when I listen to the people of Kenya, because I listen a lot, once a new government is sworn in, that housing levy will have to be abolished so that we restore the dignity of the payslip. The dignity of the payslip. Wakenya wamehangaishwa zaidi. Na nimeona mpaka yule mkubwa ya wafanyikazi amekuwa ameingia kwa hiyo praise and worship team. Watu nakazwa mambo ya NSSF, mambo haongei. Kazi yake ni praise and worship. Those are the things sisi ambaye tumeshindwa kufanya. So finally ndio nimalize, because I wanted to tell the president, usidanganye wa Kenya. Useme ukweli, tulikosania corruption because wewe ndio unaeneza corruption na watu yako. Na it is impossible to make any progress in this country unless we sort out this country in terms of leadership. We'll sink lower and lower. Finally niambie watu ya Western, because mimi naona huyo jamaa amekwama hapo kwenu. Nyinyi mko na bahati that we are here to advise you. Alienda kwenu siku 6. Kwetu he was there 6 days out of 7 every week. Hakuna kanisa hajaingia. Hakuna barabara hajui kwa jina. Hakuna soko hajui kwa jina. And you would memorize, we are very impressed. Anataja barabara, Wakikuyu wanasema These men called a community that has pride, a community that's hardworking, that is rich. Watu wamesoma. He called all of us, our bishops, our reverends, our pastors. Hata huyu Waititu na mimi niliji. He called all of us. Alikuwa anakuja, Tanzania osho. Sasa anakuja kwenu, musangalele. Mwimalamu. That is the same script. Nyinyi mkikubali, mtalia vile watu ya mlima wanalia. All this. Hiyo yote ni utapeli. All those things promising he will not do anything. He promised us atamalizia barabara ya Maumau kwisha. Nitajenga hii. So today he does not come to our place. The last time alikuja pale Embu in November, alijaribu kuweka uongo ya housing. Washirika wakabuka wamwambia tutaki uongo hapa tena. Hiyo mambo ya uongo peleka huko Western. Akajaribu kuongea mambo ya SHA, akaambiwa tutaki uongo. Kwetu amejulikana na ndio muone huko. Na hata akija atakutana na watu. So nyinyi watu ya Mlembe, msituangushe. At least you have the benefit of free advice from victims of deception. Sindio? Simuko na free advice. Yeah? Sasa yeye halali ati nimekaa pale wa Mnyoro. Mimi nakaa tu chini ya miti. Yeye hako juu ya gari. The reason President Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa ametuambia muachane na hii mtu. but he never gave us the reason. Na hapo alitukosea. So kama angetuambia what I know today, hatungekuwa hapo. Also the choice he was giving us was also not acceptable. So pale nimekaa pale, I'm doing things differently from Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm involving the people who is William Ruto. That is why he is unhappy. Mimi nakaa pale, watu wanaeleza watu naeleza, wanasema imetosha, wanatoka wanaenda. Nakaa pale na mapasta na waeleza, wanachukua Biblia wanatoka wanaenda. Pale nimefunga 100%. Hata kupata agents, hatapata agents ya kusimamia kura yake. So nyinyi viongozi wetu, tafadhali naomba pia Eugene Wamalwa and your team, and then unite the Mulembe nation. Don't agree to be divided. Mimi alitaka kugawanya mlima east and west, nikamkataza. Akajaribu kugawanya counties, nikamkataza. Don't allow it. Mulembe nation, you have 5 million votes, nendeni muunganishe. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka pale Lower Eastern 4 million, nenda uunganishe. Mimi pale sasa ilikuwa 6, nataka nisukume mpaka 8. Sasa Matiang'i waende wasukume pale 2 million. Sasa tukifikisha 15 tuketi. Si ndio? Si tutaketi? And we must not let the people of Kenya down. People asking, wewe, wananiambia, wewe Rigathi, tenda tafuta marafiki. Kama huyu mtu ametuumiza namna hii first term, kwa bahati mbaya akirudi second term, tutakuwa tunavaa vinyasa. Sasa nyinyi tafuta marafiki, mtafute formula. Na hatutaki kujua ni nani. Mkuje mtuambie formula ni? So we shall be selfless as a team. We shall be selfless. And let us not approach this election with a predetermined mindset. That lazima ikuwe ni mimi ama ni mimi. Wacha tuseme tuko na kibarua ya kungoa hii jamaa. That is the first objective. Let us consolidate our votes, consolidate. Uzuri, payslip holders are 3 million. Na kila, every payslip holder has a minimum influence of 2 people. Those are 9 million people who have a personal issue with William Ruto. Sasa, ongeza Gen Z. Maneno inaisha. So, and I want to, as I sit down, I want to ask our Gen Zs, please, you are doing a very good job, our sons and daughters, on the social media, keeping this guy in check. Continue. But that is not enough. You must take IDs and register as voters. Because the final transformation of this country will happen on the ballot box. Not on a smartphone. The smartphone will create the awareness and create the necessary mood and mobilize people. But the actual transformation of getting the right leadership will happen on the ballot. So we want to ask the Gen Zs and the millennials, please take IDs, register as voters, and continue what you are doing on the smartphone. Now you are doing a good job. Huyu jamaa halali. Even he was accusing me ati mimi ndio naongoza Gen Z. Nikamwambia president, that's a good wish. If I'm the leader of Gen Z, I'm a very strong leader in this country. Because it's a serious force. So leaders hawa niwapongeze. This journey is not for the cowards and the faint-hearted. This man is angry and therefore dangerous. I must tell you. Alituma watu Limuru walitaka waniue. Mungu akanisaidia. Siku ingine ametuma askari anitupie tear gas huko Shamata. Siku ingine ametuma criminal gang kuumiza bibi yangu. What he must know is that some of us, and he knows us well, of course he is forgetting. When the fourth administration was against him and persecuting us, we stood with him and never feared. Sisi si watu ya kuziwa uoga, hata tukiuziwa hatuna pesa ya kununua. But I want to tell these leaders, you must be steadfast. You must be on the right side of history. And with these two great leaders, and Matiang'i and the others who come on board, we'll work together. Na tutasaidiana. We'll continue consulting, tutatembeleana. Hivi karibuni, we are also going to unveil our movement And it's a serious movement. And it's a national movement, but the home of the mountain. Just like every party has a certain home. It's a national party, but with a home. Watu ya mlima wamesema sisi tulienda harusi na gari ya mtu mwingine. Kufika kwa mtu tukaambiwa tushuke. Sasa tunatafuta gari yetu ya kwenda harusi. Sasa kila iko magari hapa. Sasa tutakutana kwa harusi, Mercedes iko, Range Rover iko, magari yamejaa wapi? Pale. This UDA, when I make my announcement in another few weeks, will be a shell. It will be a shell. There will be nothing. Ulifukuza sisi, tumetoka na watu wetu wote. Nobody, even people are impatient. If you know the pressure I am under to announce a vehicle, I am not sleeping. People are impatient and they don't want to see anything yellow. You know? So, sisi tutauda gari yetu. Na itakuwa ni gari kubwa ni ya Wakenya wote. Na tunataka tuungane pamoja na hao wengine tupange Kenya. And we mean well for this country. Na mtu asikuambie ati sisi ni wakabila kwa sababu tunaunganisha nyumbani. You would be stupid to go to the national table before you organize your house. Lazima kila mtu apange nyumba ya. Alafu ndio tuketi kwa meza ya Kenya, si ndio? So we must all organize our houses so that tutengeneze nyumba hii, tutengeneze hii, tutengeneze hii, tutengeneze hii. Yeye is bitter kwa sababu hii yangu alikuwa anafikiria ni yake. Sasa amejua si yake. Sasa ako na machungu. Na there is nothing we can do, hatuwezi msaidia, pole. Wewe omba Mwenyezi Mungu, huyu mzee aende EU kama he can give you his base. I don't know whether loyalty is transferable. Whatever he can give you, you see what to do with it. Hii ya Western naona kama imeenda, Ukabani imeenda, ya Kisii imeenda. Sasa pale kwake tutapambana. Hata sisi tutakuwa hapo. Baba akienda, ile tabaki pale tutangangania na wewe. Si tutangangania? Kwa sababu there are some guys who came to see me from Siaya. Wanasema, they came to my house. Wanasema, sikia, Tukiji, sisi, our loyalty is not transferable. Sisi ni watu ya baba. Akishaenda AU, tuko free. Na sisi vile tunaona yeye ni mtu ya kusema ukweli tunaweza elewa. So, even that Nyanza, baba akienda, will be there also. Because there are also people who want to join the rest of Kenya. So mimi nimefurahi sana and thank you very much na tumeshukuru. DAP Kenya continue consolidating. Until Governor Natembeya asiuziwe uoga. Na hata akiuziwa asinunue. You know they were saying that when they impeach me at I am finished at 2 weeks alidanganywa na vijana hapo hii ya town. Hii mlima, they have no use for any leader who is not having a position. Tukitoa huyu wanawachana naye wanachukua yule mpya. Sasa kila siku wanaongea juu yangu. Na bado wacha tuweke gari tuungane na hao viongozi and then tutembee. Na mwaka hii ya 25 ndio ya kujipanga. 26 ni si ndio? Hii 25 tupangapange and we'll agree so that we have enough members of parliament. We'll sit down so that we don't compete against each other. Kama hii Nairobi we have 17 constituencies. Nilikuwa nafanya hesabu naona between this team we can take 15 out of 17. Hii governor ya Nairobi tutachukua asubuhi mapema. Within this team here, we just sit down and do proper arithmetic. Nakuru, everywhere, Mombasa, we'll sit down so that we don't fight against each other. Tutapangana vizuri, ndio tuone maisha itakaa namna gani. Otherwise, I want to say thank you very much. May God bless you. Mtasalimiana? Mtakuja kutembea Monyoro? Mtakuja siku gani? Asante.
Ketini kidogo waheshimiwa. Ili kila jambo litendeke kwa wema na utukufu wa jina lako. Katika jina la Kristo Yesu tunaomba na kushukuru. Amina.
Naomba Aden kutoka kaunti ya Garissa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wa bihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya wa din. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah.
Asante. Tumpigie Mwenyezi Mungu wetu makofi mazuri. Nitamwalika Party Leader Dapk ili aweze kutuongoza ni nani atafungua rasmi ofisi hizi mpya.
One, two, three, go! DAP! Mwamko mpya! Ndio hiyo inafunguliwa ofisi rasmi, ofisi ya chama cha Democratic Action Party. Wapi makofi? Chui House imeundwa vizuri sana, inasomwa Chui House, Democratic Action Party of Kenya headquarters. Asante sana party leader.
Basi wakati wowote viongozi wetu wataingia kwenye hema hili ili tuweze kuanza rasmi. Naomba tu tafadhali waitifaki tumakinike hivi sasa. DJ nipatie ngoma wakiingia.
Tunasonga mbele, Kenya yetu tunasonga mbele. Wamalwa tunasonga mbele, DAP Kenya tunasonga mbele. Chini tunasonga mbele, hata nyumbani tunasonga mbele. Kenya yetu tunasonga mbele, Kenya yetu tunasonga mbele. Gachagua unatupwa sana, unatupwa sana.
Tushangilie viongozi wetu kwa makofi, vifijo na nderemo.
Tunasonga mbele, tunasonga mbele, tunasonga mbele, tunasonga mbele.
Tupatie nafasi wanahabari mpate cutaways, kisha baadaye tupe nafasi ili tuweze kuanza rasmi.
Wananchi tunasonga mbele.
Ningetaka kwa niaba ya chama Democratic Party kwanza kualika na kuwashukuru kwamba mlikubalia invitation yetu muje hapa tuungane pamoja, si tu kufungua ofisi yetu, lakini kuanza safari ya kutengeneza serikali mpya. Tuko tayari? Tuko tayari? Yale yote tunayozungumzia siku ya leo ni uanzilishi wa safari ya serikali mpya. So I want to say thank you for your presence on behalf of the party. Na nataka nichukue nafasi hii basi kumwalika Secretary General wetu Bwana Simiyu kuweza kuendesha kipindi kinachofuata. Bwana Simiyu.
Thank you, Bwana Bernard. Your Excellencies, Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua, Party Leader Eugene Wamalwa, Senator Onyoka, Senators, MPs present, MCAs, all protocols observed. Hamjambo. Hamujambo tena. Karibuni sana kwa hii kikao kipya, makao mapya ya Democratic Action Party of Kenya. We are indeed very grateful and happy to welcome you here. It shows us that we have friends. It builds our confidence. It makes us very happy to know that you accepted our invitation to be with us today. Mine will be very brief, to just introduce a few people of the party so that you may be able to know them. They will not speak. Could the National Executive Council members please be upstanding? These are the National Executive Council members of Democratic Action Party of Kenya. Hawa ndio waanzilishi wa chama. Thank you very much. we have county officials. Some county officials are also NEC members, some are not NEC members. But we do have some county officials from various counties also present. We duly recognize you na tunawaenzi sana kwa shughuli yenye mmefanyia chama kutoka tuanzishe chama. Vile nilisema yangu yatakuwa machache. I don't know how many of you know how old this party is. This party was launched in December 2021. At the launching of the party in December 2021, we were looking towards a general election. We were actually looking towards a general election in a few months to come. Indeed, the founders of the party worked very hard to ensure that the party was in order, and we actually participated in that election very effectively. Very effectively. In fact, sometimes I kneel down and tell God, thank you, God, that you'd made me a Secretary General of such a party. Because after launching in December 2021 and going for the general election in 2022 August, by the way, it's just that our electoral system is fast past the post. If the electoral system was proportional representation, then this party was number 5. The party with the highest votes was UDA, followed by ODM, followed by Wiper, followed by Jubilee, and then DAP. If you looked at the total number of votes garnered countrywide, in fact, if you look at the register of political parties' disbursement of funds, you will know that I'm saying the truth. So as a young party, we did very well. We've come a long way, and we know there's a longer journey to go. Recently, we had our NEC meeting and reviewed where the party has come from and where we want to go. After formation of the party, we joined together with others and formed Azimio, where DAP was in the coalition. In the recent NEC meeting, members thought that it was time for us to seek other partners. So they resolved that we delink from Azimio and start looking for other partners. And when I see the people gathered here today from various political parties, I think our decision was not wrong. We can see like-minded people whom we can then look forward to forging alliances with them ahead as we head for the next general election. We are a national party. As you've seen from the number of votes garnered, this was from all over the country. And our mission, of course, is to continue in that unity with the rest of Kenyans. We do not subscribe to the issues that some people are perpetrating, implying, intending a division to perhaps isolate some parts of this country. We do not subscribe to that kind of thinking. We have a good representation within the youth. We have a good representation within the older people. And at this juncture, party leader, that is going to be easy. It's not going to be easy because we are dealing with, for lack of a better word, a cabal that believes in intimidation, a cabal that actually kind of believes in force, a cabal that has not believed in honesty, and we who want to uproot them must be steadfast to ensure that we get this country back on track. As the Secretary General of this party, I want to assure you all that we are ready and willing to cooperate with any like-minded people so that we ensure that there's a change in this country, a change for the better. For those of us who joined politics when things were better and we got the new constitution, we know exactly why we got that new constitution. We know exactly where the country was coming from and where we wanted to go. For a while now, we've been derailed from that track of taking the country where we wanted it to go. We do hope and pray that God will give us strength to accomplish that. I'll not take too long, as I said. I'll now call upon the Deputy Party Leader, Honorable Wafula Wamunyinyi, to come and say his comments and invite other speakers. Welcome. My name is Dr. David Eseli Simiyu, formerly Member of Parliament for Tongaren. I had served for 3 terms before something happened in Bungoma. Thank you very much.
Viongozi wetu, principals, wale mmejiunga na sisi kwa Unveilingof yetu, waheshimiwa wabunge wote, senators and members of National Assembly, waheshimiwa MCS, wale wamekuja kujiunga na sisi, waheshimiwa officials wa vyama, wale wako hapa, wale wa chama chetu cha Dapk, na kuna vyama zingine wako hapa. Nimeona Wiper wako hapa, nimeona officials wengine hawajasema chama yao, lakini hao wanasema ni officials wa chama. Nafikiri iko karibu kuja hiyo chama. Viongozi wote na wageni mashuhuri, mabibi na mabwana, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Yangu nafikiri itakuwa machache sana pia, lakini kwanza kuwakaribisheni hapa Chui headquarters, na tunafuraha kubwa kwa sababu mmejiunga kushuhudia ufunguzi rasmi wa ofisi yetu. Tunataka tu kusema tutafanya kazi pamoja na wenzetu wa vyama zingine, wale tutakuwa na ushirikiano, na tuko tayari kwa sababu leo nimeambiwa kutengenezwa kwa IEBC imeanza baada ya mahakama kutupilia hiyo kesi. Sijui kama ni mahakama ilitupilia ama ilikuwa arrangement, lakini kwetu tunaona safari ya 2027 imeanza rasmi, na tunataka kushirikiana na nyinyi walio hapa na wale wasio hapa, lakini tuko na wao pamoja katika hii safari. Tuhakikishe Zakayo anaenda nyumbani, Wakenya wapumzike. Hayo ndio malengo yetu. Umeona juzi Zakayo amekosa hata kitu ya kufanya, amekuja Western kuzindua transformer. Tena si mpya, transformer ya zamani. Yaani amekosa la kufanya. Sasa anajua, kama vile walisema, mti ukianza kuteresa, nyani anafikiri nyingine itakuwa badala anaenda kwa hiyo na hiyo pia inateresa. Miti itakuwa inateresa tu hivyo mpaka 2027. So nawakaribisha hapa. Nataka nichukue hii fursa fupi ni watambue viongozi walioko hapa. Nataka kwanza, kwa sababu tuko na national officials wa chama yetu, kiongozi wetu, the party leader will speak on behalf of the party. So wengine wote mumetambulika. Kuna MCS wale wamekuja hapa. Nataka kuwaomba wasimame. Wale MCS wamekuja hapa. Wale wako MCS tafadhali simameni. Simameni MCS. I wish you could say where you come from. Your Excellency, if you allow me, waseme tu mahali wanatoka ama itachukua muda mfupi. Just 1 minute. Don't go into a speech. Sema tu we nani, unatoka wapi.
Wakili Nzilu Nzioka, Deputy Speaker, Kitui County Assembly.
Makofi kwa Speaker. Thank you. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Naitwa Kennedy Mugush kutoka Trans Nzoia. Mimi ni mtu ya ODM lakini rafiki wa DAP. Tunakuja pole pole.
Naitwa John Chinki Mahanu, Minority Whip, Trans Nzoia County Assembly.
Karibu Mheshimiwa. Thank you.
Catherine Che, MCA Machakos County.
Thank you.
Rose Kasioka Kadhoka, MCA Kitui County.
Thank you.
Joyce Mwende, Makueni County Assembly Majority Whip, Wiper.
Asante, Wiper Party. Thank you. Wiper mwenyewe.
David Onjiri toka Western Vihiga County, Luanda Township Ward.
Asante. Huyo ni wa DAP Vihiga Luanda Township Ward. Yes.
Geoffrey Sikolia, DAP from Kakamega, Malava, Chemche Ward.
Asante.
Jamanuru Martin, Trans Nzoia County, Nabiswa Ward, DAP.
Boniface Cheloti, Trans Nzoia County Assembly, Minority Leader, DAP.
Florence Juma, MCA Bungoma County Assembly.
Anna Njiko, Trans Nzoia County Special Elect.
Asante, Mheshimiwa.
Honorable Andrew Kutitila, MCS Hand Ward, and also incoming MP Kiminini constituency. And secondly, party leader, ninataka kurejesha apology ya deputy party leader ambaye ni His Excellency George Natembeya, wako na mkutano ya APEC.
The National Assembly, we expect some of them to join us. Simiyu and Bissau have sent apologies, but 3 will be joining us any time from now. Then we have one governor whom you have been told, who is also very popular with the Tawe movement. Ile Tawe. He will be joining us kwa hiyo mkutano ya governors na deputy president. Alafu sasa hii kipindi ingine inafuata, kuna former MPs wale wako hapa, colleagues we worked with, wale wako kama mimi, former MP. So nataka wajitambulishe tu vile MCS wamefanya, kila mmoja anasema jina yake na mahali anatoka. Kwa haraka tu, there are not very many, lakini baba yao nafuata hao kwa sababu wewe ni former governor. Wewe utakuja. Mheshimiwa.
Jambo, naitwa Gunjiri wa Mbugu, former member of parliament Nyeri Town.
Karibu Mheshimiwa Gunjiri wa Mbugu. As a vibrant MP.
Amjambo, naitwa Peter Mwathi, former MP Limuru ambaye mliona aliwekwa kwa Subaru. Sisi ndio tunashikilia mlima.
Kwa matanga tuliona hiyo viti kiruka. Karibu Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Sijeni is there. Karibu.
Judith Sijeni, former nominated senator, Wiper.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, Sijeni was very powerful. Also, she was a leader in Wiper. Secretary General. Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Kate Waruguru. I come from the county of Laikipia. Ukipenda niite Mama Simba.
Nimekuona Mheshimiwa. You are also a striker. Kuna mwingine nimewacha. Senators. We have senators Former senators. Malala is here. Patia Malala aseme jambo dakika moja. Wewe utamwalika. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, NSG. Sio tu former senator. Wachama hata ile ingine inakuja. Aja niwakaribishe basi wajumbe. Sitting members of parliament. Before that, nipatie baba yao dakika moja, baba yao. Kuja mbele yao. Kuja hapa juu, baba yao. Kwa baba yao si kitu kidogo.
Wadosi wetu, national leaders na principals wetu, former vice president wetu Mheshimiwa Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Waziri Eugene Wamalwa, our immediate deputy president na people's deputy president, na kiongozi wa Mulima na chama ambaye tunangojea, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, na Mheshimiwa principal kutoka kwa Abaguzi ambaye anarepresent principal yule ambaye amechelewa kidogo Matiang'i, Senator Onyoka ambaye ako hapa, senators wale wengine ambao wako hapa, wale wa kuchaguliwa na wale walikuweko, magavana najua wengi watakuja walikuwa kama mimi, wajumbe wale mko ndani kwa jiko na wale ambao walikuweko, MCAs ambao wale wako ndani na wale ambao wanakuja, na viongozi wengine wote. God is good and all the time.
God is good.
Mimi ni Waititu baba yao. Mimi nilianza na kuwa councillor, nikakuwa deputy mayor wa Nairobi, nikakuwa mjumbe wa Embakasi, nikakuwa assistant minister maji, mjumbe wa Kabete, nikakuwa governor ambaye nilinyoroshwa baada ya miaka 2. Hii maneno ya impeachment msicheze nayo. Ukiona mtu ambaye anakuwa impeached ni yule ambaye hatakikani na serikali, hakuwagi na makosa ingine, lakini lazima awekelewe makosa ndio atolewe kwa kiti. Kwa hivyo sisi ndio maveteran wa kuwa impeached. Hiyo ni kitu ambayo tumezoea, lakini kuwa impeached does not mean that you utasimama kiti. Hiyo ni misconception ambaye ya wale watu wanataka kupiga mtu kisiasa. Bora huja exhaust channels of appeal. Asanteni sana viongozi wetu kwa kuungana, mmetuonesha picha mzuri sana. Wananchi wetu leo watalala wakingorota, wakiota vizuri sana. Yule walikuwa juzi anasema ati wengine wanahara. Pahali yako saa hii mimi najua anaona simu yake, anaona WhatsApp anaona simu yake akiwa kwa choo. Yeye anahara saa hii kwa sababu akiona hii timu iko hapa anajua ako nyumbani. Kwa hivyo this is the government in waiting, na sisi tunataka muendelee tu hivyo hivyo. Mungu atujalie hata kabla ya 2027 mimi naona hii jamaa atakuwa ameenda, Kasongo atakuwa nyumbani, ndio mchukue usukani. God bless you na thank you so much.
Thank you mheshimiwa. Sasa nitamuita kabla yeye, unajua sisi ni former MPs na kuna watu hapa wanataka kusimama kura ya ubunge, ya MCA, ya governor kama vile baba yao ametangaza. Simama tu muonekane, hata nyinyi mtafanya kitu. Si kweli? Simameni. Unaona hiyo timu hata ndio wengi kushinda wale. Makofi kwao. Ni wengi kushinda wale wako hapo tunawatambua. I can see professor there na wengine. So nitauliza waheshimiwa wabunge bila kufuata order of seniority, mkuja tu mbele one by one. Tunaweza kuanzia either huko mwisho ama huko, whichever. Nani anachagua kwanza? Wabunge. Nyinyi mnajua nyinyi wenyewe. The members of the National Assembly. Kuja mheshimiwa. Wewe mheshimiwa, kuja simama hapa, saidia mimi kutujulisha hawa wabunge.
Asante.
Sawa.
Asante.
Na uchunge usikue former MP.
Asante. That can never happen. How can it happen when I have very able support from the gurus of politics? All protocol established and maintained. Members of the press and all guests, my name is Gathoni Wamushomba, MP for Githunguri constituency, which is in Kiambu County. I am here as a guest invited by my friend and my very good brother, and I am here to escort my only elected deputy president of Kenya, Gachagua. Apigiwe makofi jameni. Nimekuja hapa kwa mwaliko wa kusupport uhusiano wetu, urafiki wetu, na nimekuja hapa pia kushikilia wamama ambao wanaingia katika ulingo wa siasa. Wamama hai. Alafu nataka kushikilia madugu zetu ambao ni madume katika eneo ya siasa. Wadume hai. Very good. I am here to take this opportunity to introduce my colleagues from the National Assembly of Kenya. Allow me to start from the county of Kajiado. We have the Honorable Samuel Parashina. Apigiwe makofi akifika hapa. Kuja hapa ili uonekane na watu wa media, afuatiliwe na mheshimiwa rafiki yetu sana kutoka kule Teto Nyeri County, Mheshimiwa Joyfrey wa Deto. Apigiwe makofi. Afuatiliwe na dada yangu kutoka kule Nyandarua County, anajulikana kama Honorable Wajiko wa Muhia. Kwanza waseme lao alafu
Express.